Hey, Dan Cochimilio here with NorCal Sports Network with a video, this time on what in the world are the San Francisco Giants owners doing? But before we get started on this, let us thank our sponsor, Chapman Law Group. If you need any legal matters, check out Chapman Law Group in the description of this video. And as always, everybody, if you would give a like and subscribe to the channel, it really helps the algorithms, it helps the channel grow. So we really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Guys, I'm looking at this San Francisco Giants owners, and I'm thinking to myself, what in the world are they doing? Don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do. And they refuse to put a competitive team out on the field. When I say competitive, I'm not talking about a 500 club. I'm talking about a club that wins 90 to 100 games a year, that has the potential to do that. And that takes spending some money on top players. And, I think about this, and I'm just going to use some of the quotes of Larry Baer against him, because Larry Baer said right here, he said, we really see this as Giants, talking about Mission Rock, their project, as Giants Baseball 2.0. Larry Baer said of the franchise's $3 billion Mission Rock project in public-private tandem with Tishman Speyer and the Port of San Francisco. Okay, a baseball team in many ways is kind of a quasi-public utility. At least that's the way we see it. You wear San Francisco across your chest. We're the San Francisco Giants. And while we're privately owned, people associate us with civic purpose and civic good. So for us, this was a logical extension. Hey, guess what, Larry? Nobody gives a crap about Mission Rock and the beautiful development it is. Giants fans care what's happening on the field at 3rd and King, not what's happening behind the water of McCovey Cove, okay? Let's put together a winning team. We don't care about Mission Rock. Yes, it's a beautiful thing as part of San Francisco. We get it. But there's no Giants fans wearing Mission Rock shirts saying we're number one. Yeah, we're number one. We got Mission Rock. No, how about putting top players on the field? You just let Corbin Burns go over some, $25 million or whatever it was. You could have had him. No, you let him walk, and he goes to a division rival. Now you got to face him a couple times a year, and that's probably 2 more losses. And you also got to face Blake Snell a couple times a year. That's probably 2 more losses. So instead of possibly 4 wins, you just gave yourself 4 losses in your own division. I don't know. It gets really, really old, everyone. When I look at what ownership should mean to a baseball club, there's a article I want to read and point out, a guy by the name of Matt Schneider. He put this article out. Go check it out. He talks about owners and on some good owners and bad owners, and why MLB fans should always root for teams to spend more money. Let's take a look at what he says about, he recently talks about Phillies outfielder Nick Castellanos said he'd like to see severe consequences for MLB owners who don't do a better job of trying to win more games for their fans. Thank you, Nick. It was an outstanding sentiment, and hopefully we keep getting players speaking out like this. Maybe fans will pick it up too. We need to continue to turn the tide against penny-pinching owners in the arena of public opinion. Castellanos playing for the Phillies means he's gotten to see firsthand these last few years what one of the good owners, or the good ones, look like. John Middleton, this guy's a great owner. He's out there top of the dugout, throwing jerseys or hats or whatever, giving stuff out to the fans, baseballs, just loves the team. When's the last time you saw Greg Johnson sitting in the stands, San Francisco Giants fans? You ever see him? I don't even think he shows up to the park. I don't think Greg Johnson cares what anybody says unless KMBR starts, people on KMBR start getting down on the Giants, then he listens. But listen to this. Phillies owner John Middleton recently made comments that he has an obligation to the fans and that we are accountable to the fans and to the city. Thank you, John Middleton, for being a great owner. Too bad you're not in San Francisco. This is beautiful, and it's a shame it isn't more common. So many fans dedicate time and resources on their favorite team that it just crushes me to see how many owners couldn't possibly care less about them. The pie in a sky hope is that we someday end up with 30 owners who view their approach to owning a Major League Baseball club the exact same way. Unfortunately, that will never happen. Yeah. Great article. Go check it out. Matt Schneider, CBS Sports. Anyway, guys, pathetic. When's the last time you saw anybody wear a owner's jersey? People don't care about the owners. They care about the players. You know, the Giants signed Matt Chapman, 6 years, $151 million before the end of last season. Then they go out and sign Willie Adames, 7 years, $182. And that's it. No more spending, it looks like. Maybe they make some trades. Maybe they make a splash somewhere in free agency. But why do you let everybody go out and get their players before, you know, you go out and get your guys? You get one guy, Willie Adames, and then you think that's enough? You get the fan base excited, thinking, wow, Giants are going for it. They've got Chapman and they've got Adames on the left side of the infield for the next 6+ years. This is awesome. Giants are Buster's going for it. And then he lets everybody else go. All the pitchers get taken. Everybody thinks Corbin Burns is coming to the Giants. And no, Corbin Burns goes to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Of all teams, you let him go to a division rival. So I don't know how serious, and I don't know if this is on Buster Posey or not. I think it probably, he got dealt a hand by Scott Boras, who threw a wrench into the contract for asking for an opt-out. And that obviously was a big deal because Burns got the opt-out and Boras got the opt-out. Hey, look, Scott, you can't blame Scott Boras. His job is to do what's in the best interest of his client, and he got the job done. Burns gets to pitch in his backyard. He lives in Scottsdale, and he gets his opt-out. And if he wants to stay a Diamondback, he can stay for the full 6 years. I get the Giants not giving the opt-out, but what is it with ownership that will not budge when it comes to spending certain dollar amount? You know, Greg Johnson famously or infamously said last year, our goal is to break even. Well, Greg, you're in the wrong business if your goal is to break even. You got tons of value in the team itself. You bought the team for, I don't even remember what it was. What was it? $100 million back in 92 from owner Bob Lurie. $100 million. It's worth $3.7 billion now. Okay. And you got 9,000 owners, it seems like. And the majority of them, it sounds like they're all in it to make a profit each year because they got little bits. Is that their income? You own what, 25, 26% of the team, the Johnson family? How about if you sell that and give up your majority ownership because you don't want to run a good baseball club? How about Joe Lacob of the Golden State Warriors? He'd love to buy the team. We know he wants to put a winner on the field. I mean, this is ridiculous that the Giants ownership group will not go out and go over the luxury tax. They went over last year. They squeaked over, and then we got to sell off guys. We got to get rid of Jorge Soler. We got to move some of the other pieces because we want to get back under. And it's very clear you want to get back under this year. Well, okay, so you're going to go under. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt because you're going to reset the CBT tax if you go under. But are you going to go way over next year now that you've added Adames and you sign Chapman, is that the plan? Tell us. Is this the plan? You're going to go under for this year. So 2025 is going to be pretty much a non-competitive type team, but you still could have stayed under and signed Corbin Burns. So I don't understand it. You had $41 million. You're under. You could have built this thing the right way. You could have had Corbin Burns, and then you could have added. So what this tells me is that Burns wanted an opt-out after 2 years. So what you're telling me is you don't really plan to compete this year because you were going to get Burns and that was going to be it. And then you're going to stay under the competitive balance tax. And then next year in the 26th season, you would go over. And that's why you didn't want to let Burns give him the 2 years, because by the time maybe you started to get good. But again, if you're planning on next year, you're going to go after what? Vladdy? You're going to go after Kyle Tucker? Good luck, because I don't think you can compete with the Steve Cohens and the LA Dodgers and the Hal Steinbrenners and the John Middletons. If they want Tucker or if they want Vladdy, I don't think you're going to outspend them. Look, Giants, you had a chance last year. You gave us this crap last year that said, oh, we matched the Shohei Ohtani, the Dodgers contract that he signed for $700 million with $680 million deferred. You said you matched it. Farhan, who's now gone, obviously. But what do you mean you matched it? You think that that's what's going to get it done? You guys aren't serious. If you were serious about winning, you would have given them $1 billion. Yes, I said $1 billion, because you would have actually made money, because the Dodgers know how to market. But you guys go, we match the LA Dodgers. I mean, seriously, think about this. Shohei had a home in Orange County. The Dodgers are packing it in, 4 million fans a year, 50+ thousand a night for 81 home games. And they got all these superstars on the team. And you have nobody, and you say we matched them. Are you serious, Giants? Are you think we're that stupid, that we are that gullible to believe that, oh, well, you guys, at least you matched them? Why don't you say you would? Why don't you have some balls and go $1 billion? You know, Shohei would have turned this franchise around. He would have brought excitement to Oracle Park. He would have put many fans, all the jerseys that would have been sold, all the advertising that could have been done. But no, you guys don't think that way. You are mostly thinking about your Mission Rock project. That's your baby. That's your baby, Mission Rock project. How about putting your focus on the field? This is the 5th largest franchise, or I should say the 5th largest market in all of Major League Baseball. It's the #1 winning franchise in all of baseball. And you know what? Let me show you something, guys. Here's the all-time record against the Dodgers-Giants rivalry. Look at this. The Giants own 1,286 wins to 1,282 with 17 ties. That's all-time, including any playoff games. Regular season, Giants 1,284 to 1,279. All right. So the New York Giants, San Francisco Giants have 8 World Series titles. The Brooklyn LA Dodgers have 8 as well, with one of them being, a 60-game season. I call it a Cracker Jacks ring. Okay. So Giants, you're not the stepsister to the LA Dodgers, but you act like it. The ownership group acts like, oh, we can't compete with the LA Dodgers. That's bullcrap. That is complete bullcrap. You can compete. You don't have to spend as much money as they do. Of course, the Dodgers have more money. They got that ridiculous TV contract that's going to pay them through like $8 billion total through 2038. So we got another 13, 14 years of the Dodgers having loads of money. But you got the real estate, San Francisco. So start leveraging some of that toward the future. Why don't you start offering deferred contracts? Why don't you start offering big contracts to top players. And you know how you do that? You build a dynamite pitching staff, and then the rest of the players will come. We understand Oracle Park, not the greatest for some of the hitters, but you got Bryce Eldridge coming up. Start developing more and more players like that. The Giants' World Series victories, infield, all homegrown. Brandon Belt, Joe Panic, Brandon Crawford, Pablo Sandoval, Buster Posey behind the plate, and the great pitching staff of Lincecum, Kane, and Mad Bum, all homegrown. Plus, you had the bullpen. Part of the bullpen was homegrown. Brian Wilson and Sergio Romo and others. So it's time to develop. It's time to learn to develop and then sign the best free agent pitchers right now. You should have went out and got Max Fried and Corbin Burns this year. And then you would have been able to compete just with what you had. How about Burns, Fried, and Adames? And then now you're looking and get rid of some of your excess guys, the salaries that you don't need, like Yaz, $9 million. I can think of several others that could save you another $15 million. You could have fit these people under the CBT still if you were a little more creative. But we'll see what you guys do. You have the money. You refuse to spend it. Put some deferred contracts out there. You guys are worth billions, absolutely billion. And that's not going down. You're worth $3.7 billion. My guess is in 5 to 10 years or less, you'll be worth over $5 billion. I would say 5 years. You're probably worth, because pretty much if things grow at 7% every 10 years, 7.2%, it's called the rule of 72, your money doubles. So in 10 years, at a 7% growth rate, that $3.7 billion is actually $7.5 billion. Let's say it's only worth $6 billion in 10 years. Say you don't get 7% growth. Let's say you only get 4 to 5% growth. You're going to be worth $6 billion in 10 years. Start putting out, and then you can sell off some of that stuff and recoup. You're talking billions. We're not talking millions with an M, but billions with a B. San Francisco Giants owners, get your act together. Start putting a competitive team. Like John Middleton said of the Philadelphia Phillies, it's his obligation to the community. And what do the Giants do? Oh, and when we watch the Giants play on NBC Sports Bay Area, what do we get? We get visuals of the back of Mission Rock. And we have to listen to the Giants' great announcing crew talk about the beauty of Mission Rock. Again, great. We love it. It's beautiful. Doesn't translate on the field. Who cares? Giants fans, look, I live in Arizona now, but if I lived still in the Bay Area, I wouldn't be like, oh, great, we got Mission Rock. We got the best, beautiful surroundings of our ballpark. No, we care what you have on the field, okay? So let's get it together, San Francisco Giants owners, calling you out. Put a competitive team on the field. You're the 5th largest market in revenue in all of Major League Baseball. Plus, you're the winningest franchise in the history of Major League Baseball, yet you act like you're John Fisher and the A's of Sacramento, or you're acting like the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are a small market team who refuse to ever put the money back into. Yeah, we know you're spending, but you're not spending wisely. Your team is a 4th place team right now, plus the minor league system is in shambles. So get it together, spend some money, get a competitive product out on the field, get fans excited again like they were when Brian Sabian was running this team. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. Tell us what you think below. Do you agree with me, disagree with me? Am I full of crap with all this talk about the Giants ownership? Let me know in the comments below. Really do appreciate it. And we will catch you on the next one. Give us a like and subscribe if you would. Thanks so much.